Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Pony Fantasy VI. I'm Kyrix, and I'm the one with the controller in my hand. It's worth mentioning, it occurred to me a little bit ago that, through storyline purposes, Celestia has not seen her younger sister Luna in quite some time, and yet she marks herself as a member of the new Lunar Republic. So, does this mean she's installed her missing sister as a figurehead, and she just suddenly finds out she's responsible for rebellion? Or have they been in contact, or is it just shoddy writing? I don't know. If it is shoddy writing, I'll let it pass, because, quite frankly, I really like this mod. Anyway, let us resume. We're in the Lunar Republic hideout. And I am being forced to follow them. Oh, and it's come to my attention via watching my videos that, I'm gonna go down here, that this is not where I wanted to go. But it's come to my attention, brought to my attention by me, that, I might repeat myself on videos because, to be perfectly honest, some of these things are recorded days apart, and I forget other things I've covered, and it seems like it's something important to bring up. And apparently it's so important that I'm willing to bring it up more than once. Let's go. Exploring. Ah, damn it. They won't let me explore. What's in here? Treasure. Did she have pink eyes in the show? I could have sworn they were blue. And again, what do I know? I'm the guy who can't remember what he said from one video to the next. Okay, so I run up to her, walk back, and you know, it's funny, they enslaved her with a crown, because, come Season 3, she has one of her own now. She's got her own little crown. Our little Twilicorn. Anyway. Yeah, the writing here is very changed. In the original, Bannon was a lot more understanding, whereas the mayor is quite eager to turn Twilight into a weapon. And the horsepower, I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke or not, but I'm going to assume it is. Yeah, Mayor, we have Magicite. Celestia gave it to us. Why didn't you have Celestia and Luna? The Alicorns give you magic. Just thumbtack a spiral to your head and you're good to go. Sorry about the coughing, it just happens. My throat gets kind of scratchy and I cough, so... Yeah, it just occurred to me that I'm gonna need two little items over here. Yes. That will do very much so. Well, now I know how the Empire finds us. Friggin' they heard Luna. God, I'll bet your damn ancestors heard that one, Luna. Sarsaparilla. I don't know if I covered this, but that is, the ethers of this game. And that Air Lancet is something that Apple Bloom is gonna love in a couple of, scenes. Hello, Miss Celestia. Now, there's a little conversation I'm about to have with her that can go two ways. She's going to ask me to join, and My response will not change the story at all, except for giving me one minor little scene. If I agree, and I'm given 3 chances to do so, I get a relic called the Gauntlet. I forget what it's called here. The Gauntlet allows me to hold a weapon in 2 hands, forsaking a shield, and double my attack power. Or I could do what I'm going to do, which is refuse all 3 times, in which case I will get the Genji Glove, which, and this is the Magnet Hoof, allowing me to dual wield. I will not. And I almost clicked yes, which would have completely invalidated that entire mini rant of mine. No, 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 no. And once more for Cadence. No. And here's where things start to go south. I know how. A certain blue alicorn had to open her big mouth. Yes, when we get to Apple Bloom's area, I get the feeling that it'll be much easier for me since I'll have the tools to use. The downside is it means the part that's coming up is going to be a lot harder, because I won't have tools to use. So, we're doing what you should never do in an RPG. We're splitting the party. Ah, there we go, the Magnet Hoof. I'll keep a hold of that for now. Now, in Fee's LP, she immediately gave that to Celestia. Oh, she already has them. Jewel Band. And yes, that's 2 ponies with horseshoes. That is for a reason. Those of you who have played this game before, or the original, will know what that reason is. For the rest of you, well, for the rest of you, first off, let me say I'm happy that this is your first introduction to Final Fantasy VI. Where have you been for the past 20 years? Okay, let's play with these a little bit. But we're about to split the party again. And I want all 3 parties that I'm going to have their own set of horseshoes. Because, as we established, I'm rather impatient and don't like to walk slowly. Alright, give me just a moment here. Ugh. I don't remember what direction. I'm going to go straight. Yeah. Much better. Had to get a drink of water. Bleh. And no, I don't drink the bottled water stuff. I just have my own Brita filter. I drink out of that. It's cheaper for one thing. Ooh, drain. And it's all tap water anyway, so I may as well have tap water that I make myself, you know? Oh, that's right. That's the wrong way to go. Now, for for the fans of Final Fantasy, I'm not about to say anything you don't already know, but for newbies, and like I said, I'm surprised to find any, much less that this is the first one you've seen, but for newbies, the trip down this river is normally an absolute cakewalk between Bannon, or Mayor in this case, and Edgar, or Celestia with the tools, you just chew through enemies. And me going straight is part of a, it's not part of a cheat. Okay, that's later. I'm about to say there's a cheat on the river. I briefly discussed it earlier in the previous video. I'm going to go into some more detail now. So much coughing. The gist of it is this. In the second half of the river, we're going to give it the option to go, I think, straight or left. If we go straight, we're going to loop back around and be given the option again. And that's how you grind here, by going the same way over and over and over again. And you would use the tools and your normal attacks. So basically they're the same. Your tools and your normal attacks to clear out the enemies, and you would leave it alone for anywhere from a couple of hours to a little over a day, and you'd be massively leveled. Like, I'm going to show you here. I go up, and it loops me around. Now, I could never get most of these to work, so let's see if they work now. That worked really good when you consider the fact that my finger slipped off the controller. And I botched it. Okay. We're going to try that one more time just so that I know I can do it. Yeah, when I first got a hold of this mod, I could not get that to work. And I was actually under the impression that it was broken. Yep, there we go. Suplex! There we go. I know they call it a Shoryuken, but Shoryuken's an uppercut, not a freaking suplex. That was very poorly named. And now we go left. This is the way to finish up the round, or the area rather. Now I could have ground up, but let's face it, I've already done some grinding, and I don't need to do any right now. Besides, the person who needs to be leveled is gonna be by the time we get to where we're going. Yeah, they make that look so nonchalant, but going down a waterfall in a raft like that would be dangerous at best, deadly at worst. What is it? It's a character we're gonna see a lot of, whether we want to or not. This is Ultros. This is the first of 4 battles with Ultros that we will have over the period of this game. Ultros is fun. Just out of curiosity, is he weak to Bolt? I don't think he is. I think he's just weak to fire. Oh, that hurt more than I care to think about. Oh, and it's been brought up on other LPs, but it's very cute that Twilight uses, when she uses magic, she reads her book. Each one of the unicorns... Each one of the unicorns has their own animation when they're casting spells. Luna basically talks in the Royal Canterlot voice. I forget what Trixie, Rarity, Sweetie Belle, and a certain mystery Alicorn do. I'd still love to know why I have something that prevents blind, and yet I'm still blind. Yep, that's it. That's the battle. Horrifying boss, huh? I really love the rewrites on this game, I really do. Not to mention, this makes more sense than the original SNES dialogue. Yes, get out of the dialogue box, girls. And here's where we find out that Luna can't swim. But damned if she can't fly. Honestly, I don't know if she can swim or not. It's not really brought up. This is not the last you were likely to see of this river. I'm going to need to get into water. You know what? Actually, no. This game has been rewritten so that the World of Ruin has a single patch of water that I can use. So I'll probably just do that. And here's exposition via Scootaloo. Let's see. Yeah, this video is not very far in. Let's go with the long one first, as much as I want to do Apple Bloom first. Why am I checking your inventory? There's nothing there. Like a truck. Ugh. Yes, please. Oh, here goes the language lessons. This would have worked better if he'd managed to make the text smaller with each. Okay. As I said, shurikens, which, in addition to being overpowered, period, are exceptionally overpowered as an actual weapon. But it means she can't use a shield, and I'm fine with this, because these things hurt. Also, Fluttershy is a Pegasus who really isn't a good flyer, but here she is flying. This is explained with the Pony Feather relic. This won't have any real practical use for us for quite some time. Ah, Crazy Earth Pony. It's worth noting I cannot do any of the things that he wants us to do. Okay, now we're back to his old thing. By the way, if you mess with the stove, and it's worth noting that does not actually hurt us. Give me another one of these. Oh, I can't have any more. Dang it. Oh well. I'll probably get plenty of use out of those, though. I don't know if it's Fluttershy's stats or if he tweaked the stats on him or what, but shurikens and all thrown weapons in this game hit so hard, it's not even funny. Did she just... Did she just hit twice? She just hit twice. Oh, crap. Yeah. Equipment. That would be most helpful. Okay, let's try that again. Maybe that was a fluke. You know what? No, I'm on memory. I'm just gonna leave this be. Now, to show you all what I was talking about. Wow, it didn't really do much of anything. Oh well. I still have them, and I'm still going to use them. If nothing else, they weren't even all that expensive. Yes, I wouldn't trust him to pour me a glass of chocolate milk. Jailed nothing, he'll turn you into a frickin' footstool. And sit on you and fart. That's just the kind of guy he is. Yes, Sweet Apple Castle. Well, we already have Apple Bloom, and Granny Smith isn't playable. We've discussed Big Macintosh, so 3 guesses who we get here. That's right, boys and girls. Filling in for Cyan is none other than Applejack, whom they have broken in this game, but broken in an interesting way. You see, rather than just be Cyan, they've turned her into a composite character. She is both Cyan and Sabin. That's right. She has all of the sword techniques that Cyan has, and all the martial arts techniques that Sabin has. She's a teensy bit broken. And another thing, her sword techniques were all tweaked. As I understand it, everyone except for the first and possibly the second are elemental based now. I'll try and show off a few of them. Because let's face it, this battle's ridiculously easy. And I would like to, as everyone else has, point out just how ineffectual these soldiers are. Okay, 1 and 2 are non-elemental. This is a fire technique. 3 was... what was 3 originally? 3 was something slash. 3 used to cut their hit points in half. It's kind of like Demi. Okay, let's show off number 3, shall we? It's worth noting the battle goes on while I'm charging that, so there is a price for using the higher level ones. Now let's show off number 2. Number 2 is obviously a counterattack. Did you just counter my counter? That's not cool. Anyway, let's fight another one just to show off something else. Alright, I'm going to strike this one with a normal attack. That does 247, keep that in mind. $363. Now, you see that if you only want the first one, all you got to do is immediately press the button again. In short, using Cyan / Applejack, there is never any reason to do anything other than your sword techniques. The attack button's kind of useless. Now, if you're making her counterattack with a black belt, that's another story. But there's no reason to ever just use basic attacks with her. You're cheating yourself out of damage. Even in these cases where I'm one-shotting everyone, it's still just cheating out of damage. I mean, granted, there's a half second of animation I have to sit through, but that's a small price to pay to do the extra damage. And yes, I'm going to kill all of them to grind out a little XP for Applejack. And a little gold because this is the team that I need it with. The reason I chose this one is because this is the team that will equip the other teams. The other parties will be much stronger if I do this first. Now, this is the longest by far. I could probably do the others twice each in the time it takes to do this whole scenario once. Because there's like 4 different parts to it, and I'm going to try and fit them all in one video, and it's going to take me probably an hour. And heck, even then I might not have enough, but it will make the others much better off, trust me. The reason being, one of the areas we go to is going to have a shop that sells iron armor, or whatever they call it in here, which at the time will be the best armor in the game. And it would... This is not a pun, but it would greatly behoove me to do so, to get this armor, especially for Apple Bloom. Yeah, and I'm sorry about that. It occurred to me exactly half a second before I was going to say it, what I was saying. Also, it just occurred to me that these soldier sprites are much better. They used to be like 3 times this size, and looked really out of place in the game. So, they have greatly improved, which makes me look forward to seeing a certain other mini-boss that we're going to be fighting in here. It'll be a couple more scenes before that happens, but it will be on this scenario, and on this video. I suppose giving her elemental attacks as well as Luna's abilities are to make up for the fact that as an Earth Pony she will never learn magic. Everybody in this game is given an extra ability to make up for that fact, except for the unicorns and the alicorns, because in Final Fantasy VI, if you're willing to give the Magicite, anyone can learn magic. Like, for example, if I had an Esper in the real game, which I'm not supposed to have yet, I could give it to Cyan and he would learn whatever's on that Esper. But Applejack can never learn magic. No, that's not completely true. She can learn magic, but she can't use it. It's through a fluke of an item. Some items, like, say, a fire shield, will teach you spells. Like the Paladin shield, if you hold it long enough, will teach you Ultima. But since they don't have a magic ability, they will never learn the spell. They're not coded to actually know magic. So, if you ever see later on, like, Applejack learned Fire 3, then you know why. She may know it, but she's physically incapable of using it. And that's that. It's that simple. Ah, that's where I get the black belt from. That will probably go on either her or Luna. It depends. I'll probably take a look at who has the higher offensive stats. And this is something I've never understood. You always switch over to Fluttershy or Shadow. It always happens. I don't know why. I think it's this one. Oh, come on, don't do that. No, bad fraps. Don't lag. This is going to be a long video as it is. Now, that whole silence it's a box thing, in Final Fantasy VI, you meow and pretend to be a cat. Starbow. What does the Starbow do? Guess that could work. Oh, no, 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 no. No lag, no lag. Please no lag, then I'll have to stop the recording. Oh, that's a complete waste. Let's fight him. Oh, that's such a cute sprite. Oh, it's also worth mentioning... What the heck? That when I do my blitzes or ansatsus or whatever you want to call them, I don't choose the target. It chooses randomly, so that can kind of bite you. I think she just attacks twice. Or maybe it makes up for Angel, I don't know. I'm only using these items because I just have so freaking many, I may as well stay topped off. This part of the game is not hard. We won't get to the first truly difficult boss until we reunite the party again. Though, since a certain exploit was removed from a certain boss that will be coming up, that one in this version of the game is a lot harder, but should still be doable. Basically, there's an undead boss that in previous versions we could hit with a Phoenix down, and in this game that's been removed, so we have to actually fight him, which is honestly not a problem for me because I used to fight him all the time. Having said that, expect to watch me continue 6 or 7 times, just so the game can punish me for my arrogance. Because damn it, if I were the DM, that's what I would do. And I know because I've done it. Now, trigger another cutscene. Because you couldn't have just kept the same one running, could you? No. You have to make me think I get to play again, don't you? And I've been glossing over this with my commentary, but Zakura's speech is all in rhyme. And there's Sakura failing a spot check. I mean, it's not like Final Fantasy VI where Shadow's a frickin' ninja. This is a bright, Easter yellow colored Pegasus with bright, bright, bright pink hair, though not quite pinky bright, against a drab background, and she didn't see her. I shall reiterate, this is not a trained martial artist and a ninja hiding in the shadows. This is a bright yellow Pegasus pony. Now, this may appear to be a fight, but quite frankly it's not. You hit him once and he freaks out. This will repeat itself about 3 times. Ah, damn yawning. Just a little barrel of inconvenience here, aren't I? No. Must be over here, then. And as I recall, this one's a monster. Oh, that's why this fight was a pain in the butt. The Berserk thing. Let's see if I can show off the stair. Nope, didn't work. And here comes trouble. Sure, why not? Wow, you suck, don't you? Let's break my control over you. Get him, Shy! Anyway, green beret, that's gonna come in handy. As will these. Yep, that is a significant boost. And now I can resume with the plot. God, I'm just full of bad phrases today, aren't I? puns and inside jokes and just weird crap. That's me. The exact same dialogue as before, waiter. Or wait, do I look like a waiter? Yada yada yada, just... The reason Flutter Shadow here doesn't do anything is it's possible for her not to be in the party because she will randomly at the end of some battles decide to just completely run off. So as a result, she doesn't really have any dialogue based on the fact that she may or may not be here. I have in fact had her leave before I'd even gotten here. Not in this particular playthrough, but it's happened before, you know? The only real way to ensure that she'll stick with you until she's forced to leave by storyline reasons is to just avoid every single fight you get into. Here's a stupid little tidbit. The first time I ever saw this scene, I never got to see him change the color of the water, because the TV I had was so old that the color had started to go out on it, so 90% of my original forays into Final Fantasy VI was done in black and white. Which, as you can understand, or imagine, annoyed me to no end, being a kid and being used to color. That's some fast-acting poison. Should have used a Brita filter. Yes, yes, to the king. Oh. The reason I'm quiet is because, I'm quite frankly reading this in her voice again. Okay, let's get this little scene over with. See, it's kind of funny to me that Cyan and Applejack are the same person in this game, because they both kind of bored the hell out of me. Why are you so fast? You mean I wasted that money on those damn horseshoes, really? Boy. But while this is a sad scene, I've seen it so many times that I'm completely desensitized to it. And I do understand the fact that Cyan had one of the more emotional backstories in the game, but as a character he just didn't do it for me. His attack takes forever to charge up. At the time he was basically a swordsman, which I could get that out of lock, but a lot faster, and steal items, you know. I could play Edgar and have tools, and he just kind of fell through the wayside. Now, computer, perhaps you weren't listening when I said there's never any reason for you to do basic attacks. Now, we're about to go up on another Magitech armor sequence. The second of only 3 times you will ever use Magitech armor in this game. And ironically, Two of those three both have to do with Applejack. However, you will not see me doing the third one because I will have the aforementioned relic that will prevent me from getting random encounters because random encounters annoy the crap out of me. Atta girl. Good computer. Yeah, this is completely different dialogue from before. But that's okay. Now, this is Fluttershy buggering off to find her own armor, because as I said, she's not supposed to be here. Indeed, vacate this facility. Now let's have some Magitech mayhem, shall we? Because why would you use anything else except Tech Missile? Answer, you wouldn't. Magitech Armor number 2. And this game does love its 3s. Wow. I think that's the most damage we've seen yet. Scary thing is I don't even think... Yeah, neither one of those were crits. So, ouch. I'm just glad their Magitech Armor isn't that good. Oh, by the way, every time I beat them, their armor drops. Ooh, what are you doing here? I can fight you too? Yes, this is taking precious minutes away from the LP, but damn it, I want to see this. I don't think I've ever gone this way before. I've been playing this game for years, and I never went that way. But yeah, they abandoned their Magitech armor. This is the only time you'll ever see them do this. And now we leave behind our awesome Magitech armor, because apparently Magitech armor incorporates the same technology as modern-day shopping carts, so that when you take it out of the parking lot, it just locks up until an employee comes by with a lever or a little box to trigger it so they can put it back where it's supposed to be. That's the only explanation I'm willing to accept why we're not taking these godly siege machines with us. Because I know we're supposed to be stronger and all, but those things hit like a truck holding another truck. It's like Optimus Prime dual-wielding semis and throwing them like javelins. Ow. Yeah. Shurikens. Welcome to Confusing Statement Time. We're about to start the end of the first half of this quest. There are a lot of goodies to get along the way. And I'm going to try not to miss any of them. Recovery Spring, that's pretty useful. I don't think I've healed since... No, I've been healing quite a bit. Never mind. I'm an idiot. You ghosts are no match for my ability to spam the attack button endlessly. Except for you two. Go away or I shall spam you a second time. Like so. Bye-bye now. Oh, that reminds me. What level is Applejack and Fluttershy? Not too bad, but I think that goes off the party's average level, and quite frankly, Apple Bloom's dragging us down. Ah, the Phantom Train. Now, it's worth mentioning, since we're here, Fluttershy will not leave. She will not abandon us in the midst of this train. So, while we're here, we've got her. Yes, check the door. 'Tis sealed mightily, huh? Now, they glossed over it in this version of it, but basically, this train's sort of a Grim Reaper for the dead souls. We got a ghost pony. Yay. I should save, just because I haven't in forever. Wait, whoa, hold on. Was that pink? It's pink! I must see this. You're not pink here. Save screen lied to me. What does this do? Ah, that's right. It does nothing. You know, Applejack, if I find out later that was the porn dispensing button, and you turned it off, well, we're gonna have some words. And those words will, of course, be in the Royal Canterlot voice. Now, this little ghost pony has a special ability which I will not use, because to do so is to kill said ghost pony. These people have nothing to say to me, they all attack. But the ghost pony has an ability called Possess, which instantly kills one enemy at the cost of the pony's life. And when I say life, I don't mean, oh, here's a phoenix down, you're all better. I mean, it's time to get a new ghost pony. As in, literally find another one that'll join us, talk to her, and have her join. I say her because, let's face facts, every character in this game is a girl. Well, every playable character. Except for Snips and Snails, and look what happened to them. Having testosterone does not favor you in a My Little Pony game, it would seem. God, Luna, you need to level up. I need Fire Dance. There are too damn many enemies here. Don't you kill her. I've had only one pony die, and I want to keep it that way. Ghost pony doesn't count. Don't have a name, doesn't matter if you die. Then again, Ghost Pony does hit awfully hard with bare fists. Maybe I shouldn't antagonize her too much. The Grave Ring, by the way, which you can see down there, was called the Relic Ring in the American release. And the description is, it makes your body cold. Now that's a horrible description. What it does is it gives you all the qualities of being undead, which means healing hurts and death cures you, you know? Which, let's be perfectly honest, has very little practical value because, well, yeah. I mean, it's not like enemies keep throwing cure spells at you, or that, most of the time, death spells miss anyway, so there's that. Plus, there's relics that flat out protect against it, so it's mostly a gimmick. Now, I'm sure that I will hear from somebody, oh, well, this is what you can do with the relic ring. That's nice. It doesn't really matter. Results of your training, nothing. You see those little fluttery things on your back? What are they called? Wings that enable flight? And don't tell me you can't fly. You can equip pony feathers, woman. I know you can fly. Not to mention in the anime, I've seen both Luna and Celestia and even Cadence fly. So, can I go in here? I don't think I can. I know, I'm making what's already a long video. Oh, crap. Even longer. Oh, ghost pony, never mind. What, that's it? Then again, I did take a chunk out of its hit points, so that helps too. Persistent indeed. Now, it's not really addressed, but that's an entire couple trains full of souls that's never going to reach the other side. You just made the haunted forest even more haunted. Nice job breaking it, hero. Oh, Overmind. For a second there I thought they said Queer Mind. I'm like, wait, what? Is that legal? Too bad I can't take Ghost Pony against the boss. That would be fun. But sadly, Ghost Pony leaves before that can happen. Ah, this scene. It is meal time. Ghost food. Now, just for the sake of completion, I'm gonna show off what happens when the others eat. And to be perfectly honest, I think Luna has one of those without Applejack as well, but I could be wrong. This, by the way, acts as a recovery spring / inn inside the Phantom Train, which is why it doesn't cost anything. It makes up for the fact that at this point in the game I'm not likely to have... Oh, wow. Oh, that's great. But it makes up for the fact that we're not likely to have dozens of tents to heal with. And I don't. I don't think I do. I might have bought a couple tents, but I should be fine for now. That's missed thy match. Prepare to enter our belly. I don't think the ghost has one. Because it doesn't talk, you know? It's just kind of there. Now, I have only seen the original Luna with Applejack one because I was in a hurry the last time I played this. So I'm seeing these for the first time as well. I've seen the originals, but not the ponified versions. You know, that's actually exactly what Shadow says. I would cut and edit this, but that's a whole other step, and I don't want to deal with it. Can I just... Yes, I can. That helps. Yeah, I know. You're not running a buffet. But just think of it as me eating the food that belonged to the people that we just cut loose in the forest. You know, further haunting. Well, I shouldn't look too pleased about that. Treasure. Earrings, those will come in handy later. Here, you know what? You can have these, just for the heck of it. Okay. You know, it occurs to me, I should check and see how close Luna is to leveling up. Because she may actually get the skill I'm looking for at level 15. Unless she is level 15, in which case I'm horribly wrong. But I don't think she is. Nope, she's not. Oops, wrong way. 231. Ah, the battle I was looking forward to seeing. As usual, no mention of Fluttershy or Ghost Pony, as at this point in the game those are optional party members. Matter of fact, come to think of it, you didn't even have to recruit Fluttershy at all, but let's face it, who wanted to not have an extra party member? Nope, still way too big. Better, but still kind of big. She used to be twice the size she was, and very, very blurry. Look at that, I didn't even get to actually do anything. She hit AJ, AJ hit her. Yeah. And then she takes the treasure chest. Okay, as I recall, nothing special in here. I recall correctly. I could run for these battles, but didn't we just establish that I need to level up? Please don't hit the same one. Oh, why did you hit the same one? Oh well. There we go. Ironically, without Ghost Pony, this level up thing would be going a lot faster. Because each person you have, each pony you have, splits the XP even more. And if I'm doing stupid stuff like forgetting things, you know what? That didn't help at all. We're here to show things off, damn it. Let's do this. Get him, Ghost Pony! I don't remember if we get XP for that or not. But as you can see, Ghost Pony is gone and not coming back. And that did jack to our XP. But we are without our Ghost Pony. Did I go in here? No, I did not. One of these is a boss. Or a mini-boss or an enemy. That would be this one. and it's significantly harder than what we've faced up until this point. But not harder enough. Bionic Hoof. I think that is the, No, that just boosts attack damage. Fun, fun. Monocle. That used to be called Sniper Sight. Basically, that ensures 100% hit accuracy with everything. Do I really want to grind out 2 more levels? I don't technically need it, but... it really might help. Not 2 more levels, what am I thinking? Do I really want to grind out the battles for that last level? But I think I'm going to. So forgive me for a little on-screen grinding. Two more battles like that and I should be good. Come on, come on. Really? Okay. Oops. Yeah, that's not gonna work, is it? Indeed, learn to push buttons. Okay, that's 1. 1 more and I advance. Yeah, there are some weapons I should have for Fluttershy right now, and I don't, because they were not in this part of the game, apparently. I think I should be able to have little throwing weapons that do fire damage, water damage, and lightning damage, but they don't seem to be in attendance. Perhaps because this game hates me. I'm gonna feel real stupid if I'm wrong about this level. Okay, give me the level. Aha! I was right, it is level 15. Still done the same way? It doesn't matter, I'm not going to be doing that one anyway. Now! You know what, just because after this we won't have her for a while. Oops, that didn't work. Oh well. Why were you pink? Anyway. There was a thing somewhere in the train that told me how to do this, but I've been playing this game for years. I know what to do. Okay, this fight can get kinda tricky. Ah, she auto-counters. Okay, that makes sense. No, no, yeah. You know what? Let's throw a shuriken. No, don't do that. Flesh melting liquid is wrong. Kill it! There we go. See? No problem at all. Why? Because Applejack is broken. It's like the game knew I would need a tent. But yeah, basically that Hadoken Aura Beam that I kept using is a holy attack which does unspeakable things to undead, as you can tell. And the fact that I had two characters spamming that over and over again while Fluttershy threw everything pointy in her little bag, well, that fight was mine from the beginning. Though if that last one didn't kill him, I was going to lose Fluttershy and probably Luna too. But like I said, if I hadn't had the broken Applejack, I would have just used a single Phoenix down and killed the thing. Funny thing is, they don't look like any of Applejack's relatives, and we've seen quite a few of them. I can't think of any of her relatives that have that particular color scheme. Especially when it could have just as easily been Granny Smith and someone else, you know? Heck, if they'd waited till Season 3 to do this, it could have been Granny Smith and Babs Seed. Anyway, you... morbid or not, that is incredibly cute. Just the phrase of Fluttershy saying, "took the train." I know it's morbid and dark, but God, that's adorable. Let me out! Let me out! Thank you. Okay, now we just walk. We're walking! We're walking! I don't want to hurt the kitty. First try! I'm sorry, kitty! And yes, I know, I'm hurt, so... we're gonna use a couple of these. Why did I heal her? She's going away. Oh well. On the house, Fluttershy. Thus concludes the first half of this. I repeat, that's only half of this little subquest. Get him, Fluttershy. Poor kitty. I'm sorry, kitty. Huh. What, are you going to bring them the remains of those? Now, had she not left here, she would leave inside this cave, so... that's what I meant when I said she just randomly decides to leave. I've heard somewhere that it has something to do with how much money you make, but I've also ground forever and not lost her. And on the other hand, I've had 2 fights and had her walk, so... Yup, we're just now heading to Ponyville. This is another difference from the main game. In the original game, this was a series of fights, and here it's just one big one. By the way, if you notice those Luna sprites, that was done in the more recent version. The original version still had the Sabin sprites for Fire Dance. And of course, she still has the Luna sprites too, because it's Luna's attack. Also, it's worth noticing that Applejack did not level up. See, her attacks go off of Luna's level, so whatever Luna knows, Applejack knows. Very, very useful that way. Provided I keep Luna leveled up. She's training for 2. God, she looks like a plush toy. For some reason, this theme has always reminded me of the national anthem of America. I don't know why, it just does. Look, it's Perky Pink Party Pony. Hi, Pinky. See? Precocious Pink Party Pony. I love that little sprite, that little grin. Now, you may recall me saying I despise Cyan. Well, if there's one character I dislike more than Cyan, it's Gao. However, Pinky has all of Gao's perks and none of his faults. You see, Gao was kind of a quirky character because he only had the Rage ability, and if you're on the Veldt, the Leap ability. So his fighting ability was to make himself go berserk using another enemy's abilities. He could use magic, but let's face facts. Why would you waste it on Gao when you could have someone like Sabin and Edgar, who are capable of holding their own in a fight with or without their magic? You know? They're both skilled combatants, they both have amazing skills, tools and blitz respectively, and they can learn magic. Whereas Gao raged, and you couldn't control him. Well, Pinky is an Earth Pony and can't use magic, which means she has an open slot. That open slot is the fight command. That's right, Pinky can finally brawl with the best of them. Not only that, but go away, Pinky, we're not ready for you yet. And yes, she will say that if you hit her with Applejack too. But when Pinky does her randoms, unlike the Rages, they're not locked. I can reselect them every turn. You know? Which is a huge perk. Now, about that armor. This is first. I know what you're thinking. 5? But there's only 4 there. That'll come up later. Interesting. Okay, I have one of those. Not gonna bother with that. Perfect. Now, here, we've got... That'll do. And I still have enough gold to pull off what I need to. Now, there are one thing you need to do here, and that's in here. You need to go to the item shop, and there's an item here called the Cupcake. This is the only place you will ever find this item, ever, in the game. And you only need 1. But they are a healing item, so if you want to buy more, that's your prerogative. However, this is the only one I'm going to buy because I have enough healing items. And you'll see its purpose pretty shortly. Though, if you're as clever as I hope you are, you probably already guessed what it's for. Elixir. And sadly, no, it's not for elixir. Anything in these? No. Oops. Stop it. Okay. Look who we have here. It's Lyra and Bonbon. And yes, they are a couple. Deal with it. White cape. Oh, I can't even see what it does. No, that can wait. That can wait. Now, about that little side quest. This is for a relic that I'm probably not going to use, but it's kind of fun to do anyway. There is a soldier, an Imperial deserter, in this room that looks remarkably like Lyra. And there's that tired old thing. So you grab the letter, bring it over and read it to him. Miranda. That was originally the town of Miranda, but that doesn't matter right now. Now, what you do is you mosey your little tail on over to the post office and talk to this guy. And then you send the letter. And you can wait around, or you can go outside, or you can do what I do and rest. And when you wake up, you go back outside, you go to the soldier's room. I used to be stupid about this and just go to the inn and spend money. And that might be what I have to do. Either way, I did need the healing. Wait a minute here. Check back in again. Alright, I'm gonna go and resolve another little thing. To be perfectly honest, I don't want to do this now, simply because if I do it later, I will have an airship and I can go back and forth between towns and get her responses as this happens. So you know what? Since I screwed that up, I'm gonna do that. And let's face it, I don't really have the gold to pull that off. You have to do it like 4 or 5 times. I've got enough to do it once more, so unless I sit out here grinding for money, I'm not going to be finishing this side quest right now. And let's face facts, this thing's already too long. But basically, we wander around here for a little bit and hope we run into Pinkie Pie. Though this time we'll be a little bit nicer to her. And this is where the second half comes in. The fact that it takes forever to find her. Sometimes you get lucky and get her on the first try. Other times, well, I could be here till noon. Now, for those who don't know where I am, right now noon is about 5 hours away. Fortunately, she chose to be prompt and show up on time. What a good Pinkie. Have a cupcake. Now, this scene when I was a kid made me laugh myself silly the first time I saw it, because it's so funny. There is not one right there. I gave you the only one I had. And this is a much better dialogue with Pinkie and Luna than it was with Gao and Sabin. Now, you see Pinky jumping up and down, yelling y'all. Originally, Cyan talked a lot like Luna does, with thou and thee and thy and all that. So Gao would hop back and forth saying thou, 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 and get confused and call Sabin Mr. Thou. If that had been left in, it would have been hilarious because there's a line of Sabin saying, I'm not Mr. Thou. Well, Luna is. So obviously that wouldn't work, though it would be kind of funny. Now, had I been more diligent in my talk to everyone thing, you would have seen the people in Ponyville talking about a relic of theirs that had gone missing that allowed you to breathe underwater. That's what she's talking about. Wonder how big a smidgemeter is. Oh wow, she does call her Miss Thou. That's what I get for not paying attention. Ah, Screwball, who takes, or Screwloose rather, who takes the place of the Imp. Now, to summarize this, I bring Pinky to the Veldt, have her leap into combat or bounce into combat, and then I wander around beating the crap out of monsters on the Veldt. When I find her again and she rejoins, she'll have all those rages. If I do level her rages, it'll be off-screen. And it'll probably be until the world's ruined because I don't need them at all. But as you can see, Pinky has a fight command, and that makes me happy, because that means she's not useless. I can control her. Well, I can control her as much as anyone can control Pinky, really, but you get the idea. It amazes me the ability of old sprites to facepalm. Now, there are a couple little events that I can do, and I will, just because. Now, if I go up there, Pinky will con Luna into looking over the edge and then spook her and make her drop her money. So we're not going to do that. Because, as we covered, I don't have as much money as I did when I got here. Because I bought a lot of crap. I still want to know how the three of them breathe underwater with one helmet. I would suggest that they trade it back and forth, but I saw Sanctum and I know that doesn't work very well. Now, you'll remember that I mentioned something about water. This is the second water area. Normally, once I pick up Scootaloo, I would be required to come either here or the river, both of which are very inconvenient, to learn a dance called the Water Rondo, which I forget what it's called here. But it's a very good dance. Now, in the World of Ruin, they stuck a single enemy underwater for me to fight so that I wouldn't have to do this. It's one of only two missable... Well, no, one missable, because the other one you can go back and do whenever, but... One of the missable dances. You can go the entire game and never even knowing that that dance exists, because how many people does it occur to take Mog on a river ride? Or to go in the Serpent Trench, especially once you get your airship. Needless to say, it is worth the side trip, and I might make the side trip anyway just because it is worth it. This is such a broken attack. But then again, this is a let's play, not a let's watch me putz around in random battles all freaking day. Besides, that's takes up a whole lot more space on the header. There we go. Now you got some gear on you. Let's give you a relic. Let's give you that relic, just for the heck of it. And let's block your poison. Do, 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 do. By the way, if you go to the left, you will skip these little side rooms and just keep going on. Not advisable, as there is some good stuff in here. It's worth mentioning that in the original game, Gao can't equip weapons at all. Unless you use a special item called the Marvel Shoes, which lets you equip whatever you freaking want. Now this cave always gets people because it makes it look like you can get that item there when you have to go through here to do it. So everyone always freaks out thinking, oh, am I going to miss it if I go here? No, you're not, so don't worry. I know it gets me every time I come back in here, except for this one, of course. Let's see, how about you? That'll do. That'll do, pony, that'll do. Thus ends the second half of this. I have just one brief little scene, no combat, very little dialogue. Wander around, do a little item grab, very little shopping. And then we proceed with the game, and I end this video. This was always a town I really, really liked. Now, if I were to leave this town, which I'm not going to, you would notice that on the world map, I'm right by where Luna washed shore. In fact, this was her goal all along, was to get here because this boat goes to South Canterlot. The reason she couldn't is because some kind of landslide or mudslide blocked the pass. In fact, we will be blocked in here. The next time we come here, they will have cleared the roads and we'll be fine again. Hold still! Anyway, and we'll be able to go wherever we please. I am obligated to buy from you. Now watch me shirk that obligation. Ha 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 ha! No, seriously, the only thing you might have had that I wanted was so expensive I couldn't even see what it did. And I have all of these. This is mostly my excuse to check all these boxes, which have nothing in them, and show off this town, which is kind of cool looking. This was, I believe it's called Nikkei, or Nikkei, or however you pronounce that, in the original. Here it is the much less confusing Huffington. See, a rock slide. This will be cleared up the next time we're able to come here. But that's why we couldn't just get here originally. Well, normally I would just hop a chocobo and show you what I mean, but this video's gone on for well over an hour already, so we're gonna hop aboard so that I can turn this damn thing off before it eats all of my hard drive. Wow, that's a much more colorful boat than the original. How would you know? You've never been off the Veldt! Yeah. And thus ends the longest of those. The next chapter will see me... God, Scootaloo's got some levels on her. That's something I neglected to bring up in the previous, or the first video, is the fact that Scootaloo was massively over-leveled compared to everyone else. She was level 10 during that whole Twilight rescue. Well, anyway, the next video will see me, double check. Yeah. The next video will see me doing not one, but both of these, just to prove that I can in such a short amount of time. And then the video after that will deal with the aftermath. Alright, this has been Kyrix with Pony Fantasy 6 Let's Play, and I hope you had fun. Bye-bye.